Alrighty, hello there folks, Space Oyster here, and welcome to the start of a new series I planned on doing for a while, but just got around to. Anyway, I've got big plans for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, but they're taking a bit longer than I had anticipated, so I've just been, I decided I would do this series as have something for my channel to do while I'm working on this video for Pokemon Scarlet. It's taking a while, I can't promise it'll be long, but yeah. Anyway, so for this series, what I have decided to do is I decided to take Charmander and put it in Pokemon Platinum. So I replaced, through the power of magic, or whatever, I took I replaced Chimchar with Charmander in a file of Pokemon Platinum. I had a file here going to make sure to test that it worked and whatnot. And now I am going to be recording it and seeing how well Charmander does. A big part of this experiment is that I wanted to see if, Charmander would do well in a region that more favors the fire type. For any Pokemon veterans out there, you would all be familiar with how poorly Charmander does in Kanto, since it has a disadvantage compared to the first two gyms, and the only one gym it has an advantage against. There is only one gym it has an advantage against, so picking Charmander is a bit of a handicap, even though it tends to do very well in between gym battles and all that fun stuff. In any case, the Sinnoh region, on the other hand, actually seems to favor fire types quite well. All four of the types that fire has an advantage against are represented by major trainers in the Sinnoh region. There's a grass gym, a steel, ice gym, and one of the Elite Four members uses bug types. Another reason I wanted to put a fire type, or a different fire type, into the Sinnoh region is just because of how ridiculous it was when they first released Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. There were only two fire types to choose from. So my main inspirations for doing this sort of thing are Mecha. He did a playthrough of Fire Emblem 6 where he added Lyn to it. I think he just had her replace Boars since he usually doesn't do anything. Anyway, his reasoning was Lyn would probably do really well in a game that favors fast sword users, since she's a fast sword user. And then Imported Cheese was the other inspiration. I got the whole idea to give it a shot watching his tier list of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. So I'd recommend giving those channels a look through and give them a subscription. It's free. And also consider donating to Patreon. It's free. Anyway, let's go ahead and hit new game. Oh, I hit the B button. My bad. Okay, new game. Warning. Up, B, and select on the title screen. Okay, so let's do that. Let's see. Up, B, select. Sorry, I didn't realize I needed to do that. I figured this was one of those games that would require me to just go in and save over it. If I'd known I could do that, I would have already had the data wiped for y'all folks. Excuse me. Alright. And unfortunately it seems like, I have a very loud keyboard, and since this is a PC copy of Pokemon Platinum, it tends to, I need to use the keyboard to play it, and it tends to be very loud. But I'll do my best. Anyway, this is my first time recording a DS game, so I hope the screen looks nice and pretty for all y'alls. Because being pretty is all that matters. Ask anyone who ever played Pokemon or any other game. Like Dark Souls, you pick your armor because it looks pretty, not because it actually has any defensive benefits, because it doesn't. It's Dark Souls. Give me just a second. Urgh. No, we're gonna go through this again. Well, I already played the opening cutscene. I don't need to see it again. There we go. Oh, hello there. It's so very nice to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Rowan. However, everyone just calls me the Pokemon Professor. Before I go any further, is this your first adventure? If you need advice, I'm certainly capable of giving it. Yeah, I don't plan to cover the whole story and all that fun stuff, but you know, it might be fun to do funny voices. It's all got fun in it, so it has to be good. This world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. Here, I have a Pokeball. Touch the button on the middle of the Pokeball, if you'd please. Yeah, they do actually require you to do that. Hitting any other button causes Rowan to throw a fit. We humans live alongside Pokemon as friends. At times, we play together, and at other times, we work together. Some people use their Pokemon to battle and develop closer bonds with them. What do? I conduct research so that we may learn more about Pokemon. Now, why don't you tell me a little about yourself? Are you a boy or are you a girl? It is modern day, Professor Rowan. How dare you ask me that? Anyway, let's see. Well, I'm a big fan of the Killian experience, and he says that the girl is the perfect choice because she's wearing a coat, which is perfect for winter, and no pants, which is perfect for summer. You know, an outfit that works for every season. But I think the boy looks neater, so I'm gonna go with him. Alright, so you're a boy. Yeah, that's right. Tell me, what is your name? Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do a whole funny voice the whole time. Anyway, so they only allow us to use, oh wow, 8 characters. Neat. His official name is Lucas. You know what, let's just go with the official name. Why not? Why not? Lucas. Although, I think in the manga, Lucas prefers contests to battles and stuff, but you can't go through the game doing contests. I mean, you can participate, but you don't make progress if you do them. Okay, so you're Lucas? A fine name that is. Well, thank you. Now, this boy here, I believe he's your friend. What? No, he's not. I've never met him before in my life. What might his name be? You know, let's just give him Barry. That's his official name, Barry. Barry, is it? That's your friend's name? Yes, it is. All right, Lucas, the time has come. Your very own tale of grand adventure is about to unfold. On your journey, you will meet countless Pokemon and people. I'm sure that along the way, you will discover many things, perhaps even something about yourself. Now, go on, leap into the world of Pokemon. Well, I already did that. I've been playing since Red and Blue. That's why I'm so incentivized in proving that Charmander can probably be good if you put it in a completely different game. Pokemon are by our side always. I hope you will understand the meaning of those words. That was the comment left by Professor Rowan, who has returned to Sinnoh from the Kanto region. And he brought a Charmander with him. That concludes our special program, Let's Ask Professor Rowan. Brought to you by Jubilife TV on Nationwide Net. See you next week, same time, same channel. Bold of you to assume I'll watch TV. There you are. Hey, Lucas, did you just see the TV? Sure you did. Professor Rowan's that really important guy who studies Pokemon, right? That means he must have lots and lots of Pokemon. So, if we ask him, I bet he'd give us some Pokemon. Oh, hey, is this a new PC? Where was I? Oh, right. Right. We're going to go see Professor Rowan and get some Pokemon. I'll be waiting outside. Okay, Lucas, if you're late, I'm finding you 10 million Pokédollars. Ugh, I hate Barry. Okay, anyway, I forgot. Options. We're setting the text seed to spat. fast. Sound is set to mono. Battle scene is on. Battle style, we're setting it to set because that's not going to exist for much longer. Let's see. And for the screen, I guess it doesn't really matter. As I said, as I browsed through them all, you know what? Let's go with this red one for Charmander. Anyway, I forgot to go over the rules I'll be going for this run. So, set battle style, obviously, since we just applied it. Oh, more talking. Hooray. Anyway. Lucas! Barry already left. I don't know what it was about, but he was sure in a hurry. Anyway, so we're going to use the set battle style. I'm going to attempt to go through the game. Oh yes, Lucas, don't go into the tall grass. Wild Pokemon might attack you, and that would be unfortunate. It would be okay if you had your own Pokemon, but you don't, so... Well, take care, sweetie. Yeah, thanks, Mom. Anyway, what was I going on? Oh, right, rules. So, I'm going to attempt to go through the game somewhat efficiently, so I'm not going to go out of my way to grind any more than usual, unless I absolutely need to. Oh, what's this about? Hey, Lucas, Barry was looking for you. I think he's home now. Why don't you go check it out? No, thank you. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to try to not grind unless I can't get past a challenge otherwise. And I'm also going to make sure to use Charmander for every major battle I possibly can. So it doesn't matter if it's the first Pokemon I send out or the last, Charmander just has to participate against every gym leader and every boss. No exceptions. You know, since Charmander's the whole point of this, we want to see how well it does in major battles and all that fun stuff. And then I would say ask and suggest Pokemon to use, but I already have the ones I want to use picked out. What was that about? Oh, hey, Lucas. Hey, I'm going to go see Professor Rowan. You should come too, and quickly. Oh, geez, forgot something. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a full story breakdown and whatnot, but yeah, fun to read the cutscenes and all that. I better take my bag and journal too. Oof, excuse me. Oh, hey Lucas. I'll be waiting on the road. It's a $10 million Poké-Dollar fine if you're late. Ugh, I hate Barry. Easily one of the worst rivals. That might be saying a lot since they've had very shitty rivals lately. I can't stand Rival Lady in the newer games. Alright, anyway. Here we are. Too slow. Well, I don't have my running shoes yet. Alright, let's get moving to Professor Rowan's lab. ... What? Don't go into the grass, right? No worries, no problem. It doesn't matter that we don't have any Pokemon. Trust me on this one. I've got an idea. Now listen, you know how wild Pokemon jump out when you go into tall grass? So, what you do is, you scoot over to the next patch of grass before any wild Pokemon can appear. If we just keep dashing, we can get to Sand Gym Town without running into wild Pokemon. Okay, stick with me. But I don't have running shoes. Okay, here goes. On your marks. Hold it. You two don't seem to have any Pokemon between you. Then what is the meaning of going into the tall grass? ... What invigorating dialogue. It's like Baruka and Saizo's support conversation. Hey, Lucas, this old guy. It's Professor Rowan, isn't it? What's he doing here? ... We get that a lot from Professor Rowan. He's old. They tried to go into the tall grass because they wanted Pokemon. What to do? Their world would surely change if they were to meet Pokemon. Is it right for me to put them on that path? You two, you truly love Pokemon, don't you? No. Whoa, hold up. You're not making any sense here. Ahem. I didn't quite catch that, so I'll ask you again. You too. You truly love Pokemon, do you? No. Yeah, if you keep doing that, it'll just repeat the conversation over and over again, so you have to say yes. Me too. I love Pokemon too. I will ask you once again. You too. You truly love Pokemon, do you? What? You can ask 100 times. The answer will never change. Except for that one time. We will both answer 100 times. We love Pokemon. Right, Lucas? No. That joke's getting old. What? You can ask 100 times. The answer will never change. We'll both answer. Yeah. Why'd you have to repeat it? Just continue the conversation. I picked no for jits and shiggles. A pair of reckless kids who foolishly tried to enter tall grass without Pokemon of their own. It worries me that what people like that would do with Pokemon. Well then, forget about me, but give a Pokemon to my friend here. I mean, it was me who tried to go into the tall grass and all. Yeah, I wasn't even gonna try it. I was just gonna watch the carnage. Exclamation point! We have truly entered a new era of Ellipsis gaming. How big of you. Very well then, I will entrust you two with Pokemon. I apologize for putting you through that exercise. However, you must promise me that you will never recklessly endanger yourselves again. Now then. Now, where? Professor Rowan, you left your briefcase at the lake. Oh, is something wrong here? Ah, there it is. Dawn, nice work. What I was about to do was to entrust these two with their own Pokemon. Pardon? Those Pokemon are hard to replace. Are you sure about giving them away? We exist side by side with Pokemon. There comes a time when people should meet Pokemon. There is a world that should be explored together. For them, today is that time. The place right here. Go on, open the briefcase and choose a Pokemon. Really, Professor Rowan? I can't believe it. I'm so happy now that I can't keep a straight face. Hey, Lucas, you can choose first. Hey, I'm practically a grown-up. I have to show some class here. Yeah, more like you want to pick the one that has the advantage. Go on, open the briefcase and choose a Pokemon. Can we talk to Dawn? What's up with you? Open the briefcase and pick a Pokemon. No, we can't talk to Dawn. Okay, fine. Alright, so you can see the Pokeballs here. Look, there are Pokeballs. There's a Pokemon in each one. Now, choose. Which one will it be? I think the middle one. Yeah, so it'll still show the Chimchar sprite, since the Sinnoh games were more, updated, I suppose. I guess they didn't expect people to replace the starters, or they just have the starter that flashes up pre-rendered, so it doesn't change. Unlike I think it does that in the older games if you randomize them or replace the starters. Anyway, so yeah, as you can read there, it says Lizard Pokemon Charmander instead of Monkey Pokemon Chimchar. Then I choose you. I'm picking this one. Very well, both of you have chosen a good Pokemon, it seems. Now, listen well. The Pokemon you have been entrusted with are unfamiliar with the world. In that regard, they're much like you. How dare. As fellow newcomers to the world, I hope you'll do well together. If you have any trouble, come see me at my lab in Sanjem Town. And now we'll be on our way. Professor, wait for me, please. I'm sorry. Please let me pass. How do you like that? Professor Rowan's really nice. On TV, he seems so stern and scary. Lucas, we've both got Pokemon now. There's only one thing to do, right? Are you up for this? I don't know, neither of them's a Vaporeon. No. What's with that attitude? Don't be that way. No, and then he just repeats the dialogue. It's unnecessary. I've always wanted to say this. The time has finally come. Lucas, I challenge you to a battle. Oh. Well, that went in a very different direction. Alright, so, yeah, Chimchar is the only one I replaced. Charmander, I didn't replace Piplup with Squirtle or Turtwig with Bulbasaur, just Chimchar with Charmander. And this first battle with Barry is... What in the... That one hurt you! Anyway, this first battle with Barry is forced, but you do not have to win. So I'm just going to, yeah, this is going to take a frustratingly long time because, unfortunately, all Charmander can do right now is scratch and growl, and all Piplup can do is growl and pound. I suppose I would be smart if I were to spam growl the way Piplup is doing, so that way we would still be on even terms with the Piplup. But I think instead I'm going to bank on getting a critical hit. Either way, you don't have to win, so it's not like I really care all that much if we lose. If we get a critical hit, it'll ignore the attack drop we've suffered. No way, we can keep going. This is where we hit our stride. Honestly, first rival battles like this tend to be very, very boring. It might be controversial to say this, but I do prefer how much faster they can go in the more modern Pokemons, so Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. Simply because in those games, the rival chooses the starter that you have an advantage against, and you start with a move that matches your type, so you're able to hit them for super effective damage and take them out immediately. Oh no, we lost our first battle! Geez, Charmander, you're making a very poor first showing. Hey, I only lost 40 bucks, that's neat. Usually you lose half. Oh, right. Anyway, that reminded me of the other rules. So I am not going to reset casually. I'll only reset if it's absolutely necessary, like if the game crashes or something. So if I lose a battle, that's a loss I have to eat and accept. Ha 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 ha, I won. But that battle, it could have gone either way. It was that close. Sure. I can tell you one thing, battling is awesomely fun. Oh, God. It's her. Okay, let's go home. I'm beat after that battle. My Pokemon needs rest too. See you, Lucas. Alright, so that was a bit humiliating, losing the first battle, but what can you do? I mean, I guess I could have spammed Growl too, but I wanted to get things over with. What's the matter, dear? Wow, that's what happened to you? You and Barry are lucky to have met Professor Rowan. I imagine if you didn't, I wouldn't like to think what the wild Pokemon might have done to you two. Lucas, go see Professor Rowan and thank him properly for your Pokemon. His lab is in Sand Gym Town, isn't it? Now that you have your own Pokemon, the tall grass won't be so threatening. Oh, I know. Lucas, put these on. Yay! Finally, running shoes. Going to Sand Gym Town is like an adventure in itself, right? With those running shoes, you can get to faraway places much faster. Okay, let me read the instructions. Press the B button and dash about faster than ever before. Put on the running shoes and blaze new trails of adventure. Well, isn't that just nifty? Yes, it is. All right, let's take a look at this Charmander we got. Yeah, so I'm not even going to reset if we have a bad nature. Let's see. So it doesn't show us the Pokédex number because Charmander is not in the Sinnoh Pokédex. So Calm, I don't know what Calm does. So each nature will boost one stat by a little bit, and reduce the other one. If I remember correctly, the calm nature will boost special defense at the cost of attack. So our scratches weren't doing very much since we have an attack lowering nature. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Looking things up on the fly. It's very, very, whatchamacallit. Anyway, let's see. Calm. I called it. So yeah, Charmander's got more special defense than normal at the cost of attack, which works out okay-ish. Special defense isn't going to be very useful early on, but it is a, but Charmander doesn't really need its attack stat since Charmander is more of a special attacker. Too slow. Lucas, I'm sick of waiting. I'm going to go see Professor Rowan so I can thank him properly. So, I had this great idea. Listen up, okay? You know that lake where we always play at? You know how they say a legendary Pokemon lives there? You guessed it. Let's catch that Pokemon. I'll make Professor Rowan happy. That'll make Professor Rowan happy. I'm sure of that. Me and you together, we've got nothing to fear. If you say so. Yeah, or Professor Rowan will be upset that we reduced the legendary Pokemon population by 1. All right, we're at the lake. Get ready, because we're capturing that legendary Pokemon. Trust me on this one. It's here. It even says so on the sign. I didn't read the sign, though. What's going on? The flowing time, the expanding space. I will make it all mine one day. Cyrus is my name. Remember it. Until then, sleep while you can, legendary Pokemon of the lake bed. Allow me to pass. Step aside. He could have at least said please. What was that about? Weird guy. Okay, Lucas, let's catch that legendary Pokemon. Well, that was weird. Kayun! Did you hear that, Lucas? That was legendary Pokemon crying. That had to be it. Okay, this is our chance. Let's go catch it. Wait, what? We don't have anything on us. You know, Pokeballs, P-O-K, accent-y balls. If we don't have those, we can't catch Pokemon or take them around with us. Do you think Professor Rowan would give us some if we asked him? You know, you remember what he said, don't you? He said to visit him at his lab if we needed anything. Okay, Lucas, I'll race you. First one to the professor's lab in San Jim Town rules. But I don't want to rule anything. That's so much responsibility. Eh. Alright, anyway. Yeah, so that is our next destination. Sand Gem Town. All Pokemon lurk in tall grass. They can come bursting out at any time. So if you're wanting to battle wild Pokemon, just walk in tall grass. If you want to avoid wild Pokemon, then stay out of the tall grass. Oh god, I miss those days. Scarlett and Violet, and, well, I guess Legends Arceus, they have the Pokemon wandering around on the overworld, and I hates it. Because I keep running into them on accident, and it's annoying and I hate it. It's especially annoying in Scarlet and Violet, because in Legends Arceus, if you run into a wild Pokemon, your character takes some damage, but you can just avoid damage until they leave you alone, so it's not a problem there. But in Scarlet and Violet, if you step on a Pokemon, you are forced to battle it. I mean, you can just run away, but then you'll probably have stepped on another Pokemon because they force you to back up a little bit before you throw your Pokeball, and likely on top of another Pokemon. So then you're going to be battling another Pokemon until that's dealt with. Repeat ad nauseum. All of which is to say, I do prefer when the games were more like this, where the wild Pokemon would only spawn in specific spawn areas. Although, getting to ambush the wild Pokemon from the grass was a nice change of pace in Legends Arceus. Very hilarious. We're the ones who hide in the grass now. Alrighty. Yeah. Anyway, I had been torn on what Pokemon or what starter to replace with Charmander. I was thought for a bit of replacing Turtwig with Charmander, so that way my rival would have Chimchar and I'd be using Charmander. But the whole goal of this isn't to see how well Charmander does versus Chimchar. Rather, it's just how well does Charmander do, period. And I think highlighting that distinction would be would be best done by having Charmander just replace Chimchar. With the rival having Piplup, Charmander is going to struggle a lot against them, since Piplup's evolved forms, or final form, Empoleon, is a very good counter to Charmander's final form, Charizard. Oh, right, that reminded me of a funny joke I forgot to tell. After this guy. Hi, I work at a Pokemon Mart. Did you know that a Pokemon's health is measured by hit points, HP? If a Pokemon runs out of HP, it faints and can't battle anymore. If a Pokemon's HP gets low, you should heal it with a potion. Here, let me give you a potion as a free sample. First one's free. It will automatically go in the medicine pocket of your bag. Oh, right. Oh yeah, the funny joke. So Game Freak put Charizard into Scarlet and Violet because they figured, people would complain less if we just throw Charizard at them. Well, I decided to do the same thing. I'm going to throw Charizard at you by putting it in Sinnoh. Oh, there you are. Please, come with me. The professor is waiting. This is it, our Pokemon Research Lab. Let's go. Thud. What the? Oh, it's you, Lucas. That old guy. He's not scary so much as he is totally out there. It doesn't matter, Lucas. I'm out of here. See you later. Wow. What was that? Your friend sure seems to be really impatient. Well, anyway, let's go inside. Alright, and then as for why I'm playing this on Platinum, it's the most definitive edition of the Sinnoh region as far as I'm concerned. Platinum has the most features out of all of the games that take place in the Sinnoh region, so it really didn't make sense to choose any other version. Diamond and Pearl, while they were the ones that had the tier list made, that kind of inspired me to do all this, it's the Platinum version that pretty much fixed a lot of the problems that the original releases had, which included more than just adding a few more fire types. Anyway, well, look who's here. Lucas, was it? Let's have a look at your Pokemon. Well, you've made your Pokemon evolve already? No, but the data thinks I'm supposed to have a Chimchar, so since he sees something that is not a Chimchar, it automatically loads a file that makes him say that, because it's really technically the only way I'm supposed to have anything but my starter. But it didn't really account for me replacing that starter. Entrusting you with that Charmander was no mistake, it seems. Well, would you like to give it a nickname? Yes. Let's see. Well, Charmander, its Japanese name, I forgot the exact one, but Charmeleon's is Lizardo, which is literally lizard, and then Charizard is Lizardon. I actually didn't have a good nickname plan for Charmander. Let's just call it Fire Pun. Alright, there we go. Fire, space, uppercase, pun! There we go. And now we can make fire puns. Okay, I see. And you're happy with that nickname. Well, I mean, I came up with it on the fly, but sure. When I first saw you two about to step into the tall grass without Pokemon, I was shocked. I was astounded by these foolhardy children. But now you've astounded me in an entirely different way. Already, there's a bond going between you and that Pokémon. I feel privileged to have met you. I'm sure Charmander feels the same way about you. That's why I'll ask you to cherish that Charmander of yours. I'm so glad that you're kind toward Pokemon. If you weren't, I'd have to... Oh, I just can't say it. Him! Let's move on to the main topic. There is something I want you to do for me. Allow me to properly introduce myself first and again. My name, as you know, is Rowan. I study Pokemon. First of all, I want to know exactly what kinds of Pokemon live in the Sinnoh region. To do so, it is necessary to collect data using the Pokédex. This is what I wish to ask of you. I want to entrust you with this Pokédex. Will you use it to record data on all the Pokemon in Sinnoh for me? Now, ... More ellipsis gaming. I can stand here without speaking 4 hours. I'm a very patient man. Yeah, well, I can just turn off the game, so there. Let me ask you again, Lucas. Now, so he's literally going to ask it word for word again. How dare. You know what? Fine. Good answer. Lucas obtained the Pokédex. Hooray. That Pokédex is a very high-tech device. It will automatically record data on every kind of Pokemon you encounter. Sorry, Pokemon! Lucas, I ask that you go everywhere and meet every kind of Pokemon in this region. Well, that's a tall order. I've got one too. When you walked up Route 201 with your Pokemon... Oh wait, that's wrong. When you walked up Route 201 with your Pokemon, what did you feel? I've lived for 60 long years. Even now, I get a thrill when I'm with a Pokemon. Now, you should know that there are countless Pokemon in this world. That means there are just as many thrills awaiting for you out there. Now go. Lucas, your grand adventure begins right now. The Pokemon that I met for the first time was a Chimchar. Wait, no, isn't it supposed to be Turtwig? If you would have chosen a Chimchar in Route 201, we'd have the same Pokemon now. Not that it matters, but... Anyway, I'm Dawn. I also helped the professor add pages to the Pokédex. So, in a sense, I'm just like you. I just got a little head start on you, that's all. I'll be happy to help teach you things. Glad to meet you, Lucas. Yeah, dozo yoroshiku. Alright, let's go on now. Dawn has tutorials for us. Lucas! I have something good here. You should take this as well. TM27. That is a technical machine. That one contains the move Return. Using a technical machine, or TM for short, teaches a move instantly to a Pokemon. Bear in mind, however, that a TM is single use only. The move Return gains power the more friendly your Pokemon is with you. It's up to you, of course, if you want to use that TM or not. Probably not a good idea, since Charmander fainted in that first battle, its friendship is a little lower. I'll send you off with the wish that your journey will be fun. Oh, wow. I didn't know the professor had TMs. Was he a trainer when he was young? Okay, Lucas, I'll act as your mentor. I've got a bit more experience than you as a trainer and as the professor's assistant. Okay, follow me. This building with the red roof is the Pokemon Center. It's the place that heals Pokemon that have been hurt in battle. You can find a Pokemon Center in most towns. items. The building with the blue roof over here is the Pokemart. It's a shop where you can buy and sell items and medicine. Lucas, since you're a novice trainer, you won't be able to buy many kinds of merchandise. Don't let it bother you. Oh, that's right. Lucas? Don't you need to let your family know that you're going to be helping Professor Rowan with the Pokédex? You may need to go far away, so I think you should let someone know. Oh, but before you go, heal up your Pokemon at the Pokemon Center. It will be a lot less scary that way. Okay, bye now. She is right, correctamundo. And since I lost that opening battle, I have $40 less to work with. Not that that matters too much, since 40 Poké Dollars doesn't buy any Poké items. At least I don't think so. It might be enough for an antidote. But more importantly, it means that I don't have a nice even number of monies to work with. Anyway, I don't know if there's any important NPCs to talk to in Sand Gym. I don't really care. What I do care about is that there is an item down here on Route 209. It is an antidote. Hey, coincidence. Anyway, I think there was something else I wanted to mention, but I forgot what it was. I don't know. Something sarcastic, I suppose. Oh, right, about TMs. They're single use again, once again, in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Which is very unfortunate because TMs were at their most convenient. Yeah, TMs were at their most convenient starting with Generation 5 when they decided that they'd be unbreakable. But before Generation 5, and this is a Generation 4 game, TMs do in fact break after a single use, and for some of the more important TMs, they only give you one copy. I don't know if we'll be able to pick up more return TMs later, but return is probably one of the best normal type moves you could ever teach to a Pokemon. So it's very handy to have it early on, or access to it early on, since it can fill out a move slot if you need it. Alright, anyway, we talked to Mom. Welcome home, Lucas. Are you and your Pokemon healthy? Take a quick rest, dear. What is it, Lucas? Wow, Professor Rowan asked you to do something that big? Okay, dear, go for it. Your mom's got your back. Oh, I know, Lucas. I've got something that you'll find useful. A journal? That's a journal. It keeps a record of your daily events. Check it, and you'll be able to remember what you did last. Gee, a journey full of adventures. I envy you, kiddo. Plus, you're not alone. You'll have your Pokemon with you. Yes, and it's a Charmander. I wish I could go instead. Oh, I'm just joking, dear. Yep, Lucas. I'll be right here. I'll be all right by myself. So you go and enjoy your adventure. When you're exposed to new things and experience new sensations, it makes your mother happy too. But come back sometimes. I would like to see the kinds of Pokemon you've caught, dear. Excuse me, is my little Barry here? Oh, no, he's not. Oh, then he must have left already. What to do? That boy shouted about going on an adventure and then he bolted. He's so headstrong and reckless. I at least wanted him to take this. Not to worry, Lucas will deliver that to him. Won't you, Lucas? Oh, really? You'd do that for me? Lucas, please take this to Barry for me. A parcel. Bye-bye, Lucas. Enjoy your adventure. Let me think. Knowing my boy, he would probably head straight to Jubilife City. Okay, please take that to my Barry. Okay then. Alright, so yeah, we have a parcel to give to Barry and yada yada yada. Anyway, So I did have my full team picked out, and I do intend to use a full group of 6 critters, despite how that's a very bad idea. In older Pokemon games, if you want to stay with or even ahead of the level curve, it's usually best to catch 2 to 3 critters, or 2, 3, but no more than 4 critters for your main battling purposes, and then have the remaining team slots filled out by Pokemon to use use HMs for you if you're in a game that has HMs, which is everything between generations 1 and 6. Anyway, but yeah, because the more Pokemon you train, the less experience there is to go around. Yeah, we caught a Bidoof. Anyway, what was I going on about? All right, so my decision to use a full group of 6 is probably going to come back to bite me much later on when my team of critters ends up very underleveled, but that is something I'll have to deal with when we get to it. If I do need to grind, I will try to do that off camera, so I'm not boring you all with grinding shenanigans. Anyway, when it comes to using Pokemon in the Sinnoh region, your starter is always a good anchor for your team. The 3 starters of Sinnoh are a pretty balanced batch, although Chimchar is undoubtedly the best one, or undoubtedly. Simply because Chimchar is just that strong, but Piplup and Turtwig also put in a lot of good work, or are also pretty strong in and of themselves, so regardless of which starter you pick, they're definitely a good choice to keep around for the whole time. Starly here is another good choice for a Pokemon to keep on your team. Starly evolves into the very overpowered Staraptor, and Staraptor is insanely broken, which is why I'm not going to use it. I am going to try to use some critters that don't see as much love throughout the Sinnoh region. I've got a few ideas for what those critters will be, but, yeah, I do have, but, yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, I do have ideas on what critters I want to use. I'm going to be aiming for some that don't see much love, or, as far as I know, don't get used too often in Sinnoh. So, spoilers there, but they might be some underused things. But since Charmander is going to need help with key battles before I get my hands on all of them, I will have a few Pokemon on the team temporarily. So the temporary spots, I will make note of who's on the team temporarily as I feed them experience. Anyway, one last thing for today. Oh, that's right. Lucas, I haven't shown you how to catch Pokemon. I'll demonstrate how to catch one, so just watch me, okay? Nose is acting up. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is very weird that they give you access to Pokeballs before this tutorial, but they still force you to go through with it, even if you've already caught a Pokemon. Anyway, if I'm reading this right, calm in Japanese is Odayaka. I probably butchered that, but yeah, Odayaka. Oh, she was saying things. Yeah. One thing I forgot to actually demonstrate is if you buy 10 or more Pokeballs at one time, they'll give you 1 Premier Ball. Premier Balls are basically just Pokeballs, but they're pure white. They're very neat looking, I suppose. Giggle. See, isn't it neat? Actually, it's better to lower your target's HP more than I did. It's important to get the Pokemon's HP down as low as possible. This is because a healthy Pokemon is very difficult to catch. Oh, Pokemon also get easier to catch if you make them sleep or something by using a Pokemon's move. Okay, Lucas, to get you started, I'll give you 5 Pokeballs. Thank you, they'll go lovely with the other 5 I already purchased. If you have lots of Pokemon with you, it will be safer on long trips. Plus, it will be a lot more fun having your Pokemon friends along. Okay, I need to get going. Bye now. Yep. Did I already heal? I asked myself that way too much. Alright, yes, we did heal. We have Fire Pun at full health. We're just gonna go ahead and save, and I'll cut everything off here. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Ha! Puns!